Hey everybody, I'm coming to you today because I'm going to ask you, does the person or persons who take care of your pets by pet sitting, dog walking, cat sitting, puppy, babysitter, whatever you want to call them, actually have good insurance, bonding, and a business license, and why that's important for you? So, today I'm going to talk to you about pet sitters, pet sitting insurance, pet sitting bonding, and business licensing and how that works in the pet care industry. So, if you're interested in that and why it could cost you thousands of dollars, if not more, if your company or person that you use does not have good insurance, because there is a difference, just like healthcare insurance or car insurance, keep listening. So, Amber Van Denzen, Attaboy Animal Care owner, founder, pet sitter for professionally for 9 years, but I've been pet sitting unprofessionally since I was 15 years old. And I had the neighbors that hired me when I was 15 years old to take care of thousands of dollars worth of horses, their home, which was $500,000 homes or approximately or less, and they let me in their home to take care of their cats, dogs, animals, households, etc. without a dime of insurance, a business license, or bonding. Why? Because I was cheap. Straight up. Super cheap because I was a teenager. And then I went to college, learned about business, and professionally started Attaboy Animal Care in 2013. And we got right away, one of the first things we purchased was professional pet sitting insurance, bonding, and a business license. Why is that? And why is it important to you more than it is important to me? So, first of all, not all pet sitting insurances are created equally. There is a common app-based company that has a green color that starts with the letter R, that, if you know about that, actually says that they have a guarantee, is that they call it. It's not actually insurance, though. It's a gap type of filler type of insurance, but not actual insurance. It even says it on their website. So what that means is if you're walking your dog or taking care of your house, whether it's a friend, a family member that you swear nothing but bad would come in between them, they would never accidentally hurt your pets. Of course not. Accidents do happen. We are humans, right? So I'm walking your dog goes to run out the door before I can do anything, gets hit by a car, has to go to the emergency veterinarian, has a $10,000 bill between everything else that needs to take care of to save your pet's life. Who's going to pay for it? You, because you don't want to cause a problem with your best friend, neighbor, mom, grandma, aunt, uncle, cousin. Them, because it's their fault. They shouldn't have let the dog run out the road. Accidents happen. Oh, we wouldn't pay for that amount of vet care anyways. Fine, not a problem. But I can tell you, I, Attaboy, have professional insurance that is very high numbers, let's say that 6-7 digit worth of numbers that can cover emergency accidents. Say a pet sitter goes, a friend, family member, or professional goes to your house to take care of pet sitting, has to use the restroom because we're humans, flushes the toilet, and then the toilet doesn't stop, doesn't close properly. They don't notice because they went to the bathroom right before they were running out the door, washing their hands, whatever, and it floods your house, your solid wood floors, your laminate floors, whatever. $5,000 worth of claiming. Who's going to pay for that? My insurance. Attaboy Insurance. We are covered by a company called BIC. It's called Business Insurers of the Carolinas. That's where they are based out of. They're one of the oldest insurance companies that cover pet care professionals in the United States. There's about 4 major companies of insurance that cover pet care professionals. Pet Sitters Associates, Pet Care Insurance, Kennel Pro, and Business Insurers of the Carolinas, or BIC, as they call themselves. Those 4 main companies are the ones that you rarely will have even insurance claims that will not be approved, which is a whole nother concept. You can have insurance, but I'm curious of the approval rate of the insurance companies and what they actually do. BIC has an excellent approval guarantee percentage where if there's a claim, they actually take care of it in an appropriate amount of time too. Versus another app-based company's guarantee, they want you to go after that pet care professional first for the claim. Then they want you and your household or pet insurance, if you have it, to cover that claim. And then maybe they will cover it under their claim. How do I know this? First of all, it's clearly written on their website. They clearly say what they're going to do if there is a claim. 2, I used to be a Rover pet sitter. I had a dog come into my care one time. And within a day of coming into our care, she had extremely, this is a little TMI, bloody diarrhea that was extremely bad. The pet was very dehydrated, and she was having some major intestinal issues that required her to go to the veterinarian. I called I almost said it, that company, and I said, what do I do? And if you look on their website, it says their guarantee does not cover illness of any sort, whether it's that pet sitter's problem or not. If I fed her chicken bones, it's considered an illness, and they would not cover it. It doesn't cover meet and greet. So when you go or they come to your home, and if something accidentally happens to your pet during that meet and greet, it's not covered because it's not a paid visit. It has to be more than $250 worth in claim once they say yes, they'll cover it, if they'll actually cover it. And there's no bonding either, which I'm going to talk about bonding in a minute. So when you're asking a professional pet sitter if they have insurance, first ask them, can I see, not necessarily, they're not comfortable always showing like what they can cover up to, because that can cause potential for people to try to have some fraudulent pieces, but they will gladly show you what company they go through. I have a clear picture here of my insurance certificate. I also have all these fancy cards they give me every year that shows me that I am insured and bonded. Oh, that's an older one. Wait a minute, where's the newer one? Here it is. It's over here. Insured and bonded up until a certain time point. They should be easily and gladly to show you their insurance and bonding proof and when that is there. So if your pet sitter or dog walker doesn't do that, maybe you need to consider somebody else. The company that we go through called BIC, they actually send us a list of claims that happen occasionally and how much those are worth and how much they paid out because of those claims. An example, a client had a cat that needed insulin medication. The sitter accidentally gave the insulin to the wrong cat. The cat had to go to the emergency room. $8,000 in medical bills paid out. That toilet situation where the water overflowed into the house was worth $105,000 worth of solid wood floors that they paid out in insurance claims. A pet sitter was walking and accidentally hit an antique lamp that was worth approximately $5,000, paid out. Did you ever think accidents happen? What if the door accidentally got broken, or a client's dog was walking and the dog tripped and fell and broke a leg? Whose insurance is going to be covering that? We have insurance to cover that, and consider that. And when you're using app-based companies, they usually don't have quality insurance, and not all insurance is created equally. If you have a professional pet sitter and they're not showing on their website or social medias what company they use, on our website, right on the far right and bottom, you can see the BIC logo on it, and we can show proof that we actually have insurance. If you can't do that, then you definitely need to consider finding another professional to take care of your pets, because accidents do happen. Guaranteed. It's going to happen, whether it's the pet getting sick because it just happened to get sick during that time, or a human error or not. Now, I can say in 7 years, we haven't had to use our insurance, knock on some wood here, because our pet sitters are professionally trained with over 13 hours of certifications and have a crazy attention to detail, and have other staff members overseeing what they're doing to ensure that, accidents happen as little as possible. But we do know humans make accidents, and we make sure we have insurance to cover that. Now, bonding. What is bonding? And bonding is for theft. If somebody steals something from the house that, maybe they pet sat for you for ages, or maybe they pet sat for you once, bonding will cover a theft. act. Now, not all companies have bonding, because if they're like a solo pet sitter where it's only them, they don't necessarily need bonding because they can trust themselves. So with that said, but bonding is very important, especially if they have a team-based approach. You want to make sure they have bonding. Also should be able to show proof that they have that bonding, just like we have that card from that company. Last but not least, a business license and registered in the state that you live to actually have a business. So this is a couple part thing. First, they need to be registered with the state as a business. That could be as a DBA, doing business as, an LLC, an S Corp, etc. For the state of Florida, you can go onto sunbiz.org and look it up by the company name or the owner of that company and see if they have an active or inactive status of their business. That means they are paying the state to say, yes, I am an active, legitimate business, and I have to provide documentation to prove that. If they do not have a DBA or an LLC or S Corp, etc., tax type bracket, that is something to consider why that person does not have that business, because they're probably doing a lot of business under that table. The other thing is they have to have either a tax collection receipt or a local county business or city business license. For example, Polk County requires businesses to be registered for their county to have a business in the county. That means we are doing what we're supposed to. We are submitting our tax receipts, and we're telling them like they're getting their chunk of change. You know, we have a business. As you can see, we have business licenses from the first year that we have started business in Polk County. Look at all those beautiful colors, right? So if your business can't prove that they have a business license, they are not a professional business. They're probably doing things under the table or not watching their taxes appropriately and not paying out appropriately. So if you want to pay professional businesses that are also doing what they're supposed to be doing, consider hiring a professional company that actually has a business license. So as we talked about pet insurance, pet bonding, and pet companies that have business licenses. Last but not least is licensure for a specific type of job. Certain kinds of jobs you have to go through testing to get a licensure. For in the vet care industry, for example, a veterinarian has to have a DVM. A groomer has to have a grooming license, which means they've gone through rigorous testing and training and education and certification to have a license. In the pet sitting and dog walking industry, there is nothing currently legally regulated as a pet sitter and dog walker. So what I recommend to you is many professional companies locally and in the United States choose to self-regulate. What that means is they are being part of a professional organization such as Pet Sitters International, NAPS, National Association of Professional Pet Sitters, amongst a few others. And when they apply and pay to be part of a professional organization, they have the option to go through optional testing to become a certified pet sitter through those organizations. So PSI has a certified professional pet sitter. NAPS has a professional pet sitter course that the person has to do extensive studies on, do extensive testing on, get a certain percentage to pass, and then get that certification recognition. PSI, for example, has CPPS, Certified Professional Pet Sitter. I went through that rigorous testing to make sure my pet sitting company and myself have extreme knowledge, not only in animal care, but business, professionalism, and appropriation to make sure our company is as smooth, as clean, as holistic, as natural, as trustworthy and caring and respectful and kind as possible to our families that are part of our care, our animals that are part of our care, and of course the humans as well, and making sure we're doing that in an appropriate way. So make sure, since with pet care and pet sitting and dog walking, if you don't have a pet sitter, when you're choosing to hire one, try to look for one that has a certification of some sort. So there we go. Pet sitting, insurance, bonding, business licensure, and certifications, and what that means to you. Now, the question, last but not least, why do I care if my pet sitter or dog walker has that? Timmy down the street, or all these high schoolers that are doing virtual learning right now, trying to get a little extra cash, watching the neighbor's guinea pig, etc. Reminder, they make mistakes. I made mistakes as a teenager, okay, when I was pet sitting. I'm not even going to get into that, okay? And do they have insurance to cover it? Do you want to cause accidental bad blood between a neighbor, friend, or family member if an accident does occur? Is it really worth being a little bit cheaper versus our payments that you pay us, rather, our fees cover all of that in case of emergency. Not to mention, you get a little sick of asking your neighbor all the time, hey, can you watch the dog again? So remember that as well. And then knowing that our pet sitters are covered under bonding, which we've never had to use in 7 years, our insurance, which we've never had to use in 7 years, because we've followed the guidelines. We have education and continuing education provided to our sitters. Does your pet sitting company do that? So have a great day, guys. If you have any questions about pet sitting, when you're hiring a pet sitter, about insurance, bonding, business licensure, and why you should choose a professional pet sitter company, leave it down below. Send us an email, info@attaboyanimalcare.com, or give me a call, 863-774-PETS. Looking forward to talking to you soon. If you need a pet sitter, feel free to go on our website, attaboyanimalcare.com. Bye. And remember, happy pets. You know it, happy people. That's right. Bye.